In the Revic Ballistic Ecosystem, there's two ways that we can input your wind direction. One of them is shooter relative, and one of them is absolute. So in the absolute, we're talking about a global reference system where we define north as 0 degrees, and we define the wind vector, or the direction it's coming from, based on the compass heading of that wind. So let's say in the west, we're typically northwesterlies. That's our weather patterns come from northwesterly. So if you're anywhere between west, which would be 270, and north, which is 0 or 360 all the way around, you're going to be somewhere around like a 300 or a 320 degree absolute global reference frame for wind. Now, if you know what your target vector is, so if you're pointing towards the east, that's 90 degrees, now we can determine that wind vector relative to your target. And the ballistic solvers do that automatically on the fly, and it's a common system to use if you're capturing a wind vector with your device, like you point it into the wind, or if you're using like an automatic weather update through the phone app or something like that. So it is fairly common. Now, the other system, which I think we use a lot as shooters, is the relative, so shooter relative position system. So what that's based on is from the shooter's direction to the target. We call that 12 o'clock. And then we literally march around the clock positions where a right wind would be a 3 o'clock wind, all the way back to say a 6 o'clock wind, which would be a tailwind, to a 9 o'clock wind, which would be a left wind. So any clock position can define that wind direction, and that's where the wind's coming from. So left wind, so that's left to right wind, that's coming from 9 o'clock. So that's the shooter relative wind position system. So in most of our devices, we're capturing the target vector. We know what that is. You can convert back and forth between absolute and relative. The main thing is just understanding where those numbers come from, what they mean. In the Revic Ballistic Ecosystem, we indicate absolute values with degrees, and we indicate shooter relative values with clock position. So it's very straightforward.